Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today pag-usapan lang natin ang camera or underwater camera ko. Now, if you're here, it probably means you're a scuba diver na interested ka sa underwater photography. Now, scuba diving is already expensive enough. Dagdagan mo pa ng photography, then it can be more expensive. And you know, underwater things are very expensive. So I'll just share with you my experience where I got the items, magkano yung mga each items na yon. That way, when you finally purchase your camera or you start to build your setup, you won't have to spend things on unnecessary things na you thought you need pero hindi naman talaga kailangan. Okay? So yeah, let's first start off with the camera. The camera that I chose is the Olympus TG6. May TG7 na, but I'm still using the TG6. So the price point of this should be around 22,000 or 21K. Pero yung TG7 I believe is 29,000. I don't plan to upgrade. This camera works well for me, and yeah, hindi naman tayo parating nagda-dive, and we only do this as a hobby. I'm not a professional at all. Okay, so the reason why we chose this camera over the other cameras is number one, ease of use. Madali siyang gamitin. Okay, it's very user-friendly. You just have to watch a couple of YouTube videos on how to set it up. But aside from that, parang point and shoot na nga lang yung ginagawa ko sa tubig. Number two, the price point. Mura siya. Okay, so mura siya. It's only 22K. And number three, influence din. So when I dive, marami parati kami kasamang underwater photographer kasi the dive site I go to is really good, and it's really good for macros. Influence din. So yeah, nakikita ko sila madalas. Ang ginagamit nila is this one, the TG6 or TG5 or TG7. So something with something pa rin, Olympus TG pa rin na camera. And also this camera is really good kasi for macros. So I'll show you some pictures here. But yeah, you can definitely zoom in on those nudies na ganyan lang kalit or even smaller and still get the details. Now, lastly, and this is the main reason why I chose this camera, it is because it is waterproof up to 15 meters. So waterproof siya up to 15 meters. Although I don't dive or I don't bring this without the case, waterproof case. But since waterproof siya, I can be at ease. So may peace of mind ako na just in case the case fails and mag-flood siya sa loob, mapasukan siya sa tubig, the camera will not be damaged because the camera itself is waterproof. I've even seen a diver na nag-dive, dinala yung TG7 niya na walang case, pero hindi naman siya pumunta ng malalim. And yeah, he told me that the camera was just giving him warnings, pero when we surfaced, okay pa naman yung camera. But yeah, I don't advise that. If you're going to bring your camera, always put it in a waterproof case for safety. So the next item that you will need is a camera case. This protects the camera from being wet. Okay, so yeah, I always dive with a case. What I have here is the TG6 case. The reason for this one is because it's very cheap. Okay, ano lang siya? I think 9,000 at the moment sa Lazada. So yeah, it is very cheap. This is, I think, the cheapest case for this camera here. Now, when I bought this with a dome and a suction. So if you buy that kind of package, it's going to set you back like 16,000 pesos. Right. However, what I recommend if bibili ka ng TG na 6, number one, don't buy the white one. Wag yung white na to. Okay? Why? Because if you put in the dome, hindi ko na makita yung dome ko eh. Hindi ko alam kung saan ko nilagay. But if this used to have a big dome, wet dome. Okay. Kapag you're facing the camera directly to the sun, yung reflection ng dome or yung reflection ng white na to here, nakikita ng dome. Okay? So you'll end up with a picture na may small white circle. Although medyo workable siya, you can work it out post or sa edits na. Pero hassle eh. So if you're going to buy a case, buy the black one para wala ka ng sakit ng ulo. The second thing that's second advice that I would give you in buying a case is that wag ka muna bumili, or if you're going to go for the TG6, wag mong bilhin yung package, save some money there. Bilhin mo lang yung case. Why? Because yung dome, malaki siya, wet lens siya. So number one, it's cumbersome. You have to take it off before the dive. Tapos pag dive mo, malalagyan siya ng tubig and then you put it back on. Medyo cumbersome siya ilagay. And number two, yung dome, yung lens niya, mabilis mag-scratch. Okay, no matter how much I try to protect it, nag-scratch talaga siya. So ngayon, full of scratches na yung dome ko. So nakikita na yun sa mga pictures and sa videos. So I no longer use it. So save some money there. Case lang ang bilhin mo. Wag mo nang bilhin yung dome, since the TG6 naman talaga is really designed for macros, so malapitan talaga. Although yes, a dome will help you and you can take wide shots with this one, pero yung talaga niya, design niya is or yung purpose talaga niya is for macro photography. Okay, so again, when you buy a case, go for the TG6 if you're on a budget. May ibang case dyan na mas mahal, mas matibay, but for me, I didn't want to spend more because waterproof naman yung camera itself. Okay? So, okay na to para sa akin. And I apologize. Ito nga pala. You need to always rinse your equipment or your camera gear after each dive. Otherwise, matutulad yan nito. Hindi ko na matanggal, hindi ko na ma-unscrew sa frame niya. Okay, so I was hoping to disassemble this and show you the items one by one. Pero yeah, nag-stick na talaga siya. So I have to rinse this I have to soak this in warm water para mag-dissolve yung salt. You see there? May mga rust na. So matigas na talaga siya. So with the case and camera itself, you can actually start diving already, taking photographs and stuff like that. Pwede na yun. You can start with that. So maybe around 31K, pwede na. Yeah, you can already take photos and videos and carry it underwater. Also nga pala, kung ito lang yung setup mo, case and camera, medyo buoyant to ha. It's a bit annoying pero manageable naman. Okay, so lumulutang siya ng konti. Right, so if you want to level up, the next thing that you'll want to buy is this one, the camera tray. Now, the reason you want a camera tray is number one, especially if you're taking videos, especially if you're taking videos, and baguhan ka pa lang, you're not yet fully stable, so galaw ng galaw yung kamay mo. So, itong camera kasi, one of the downsides of this one is wala siyang stabilization, unlike your action cameras na GoPro na nag-stabilize talaga siya. Ito, wala. So, yung pag ganyan mo lang, kitang-kita talaga yan sa video. So, to reduce that, you'll want stable handles para hindi galaw ng galaw yung kamay mo. So, you'll need a camera tray for that. So, nakahawak ka ng ganito. Right? When you pick a camera tray, this one pala is around 3,000 sa Lazada din. Okay. When you pick a camera tray, this one had a trigger. May trigger siya dito na imbis ito yung i-click-click ko to take photos, may click-click na lang ako dito. I didn't have to move my hand from here to here. So may mechanism siya na gumaganito na lang. So trigger lang ako dito here. Then magpo-push siya down here. Now, it was good at first Pero, tinanggal ko rin because nag-stock up din siya. Okay? So, it was mechanical, it had steel parts, so nag-stock din siya. And nakakaano lang siya, nakakasagabal na lang. Mas madali kapag direct ka na lang dito mag-click ng shutter mo. Or shutter ba tawag dito? I'm not sure. So yeah, if you buy the tray, wag na kayong maglagay ng trigger kasi may added cost yun. So again, another money saving advice there. Okay? What else do I need? Yeah, the second reason why you want a tray, because aside from it providing stability, dito ngayon magi-start yung attachments mo for your future upgrades. So tray can be a bit heavy. So it actually works out na heavy siya if you don't have other attachments because the camera and the case is buoyant and the tray is negative. So medyo nagla-level out siya when you're underwater. Hindi mo siya masyadong mararamdaman. Okay. If you have the tray and camera already, also the case, the next thing that you may want to buy is what do you call this? A buoy or a floater. Floaty ang tawag namin dito. I'm not sure for us. Wag mo lang muna pansin to. This is my old dive watch na linagay ko lang dyan. Kasi may dive watch na tayo. This one here. May bago tayo. But I still wanted to use this one as a backup. And sometimes kasi when you're focused on taking pictures of small creatures, minsan hindi ko napapansin na yung NDL ko is only about less than a minute na lang kapag nandito. Whereas kung dito, at least nakakatulong to. May easy view ako kung ano na lang yung NDL ko. Na, it tells me na, uy, masyado ko ng focus dyan, time to surface already. Or time to go up a little. Okay? So yeah, going back to the topic, this one, the buoy. So, para saan to? This is just a floater. So, para mag-adjust lang yung buoyancy ng camera mo. So, since this is heavy, you may want to put a floater to offset the weight of this one para mas neutral tayo underwater or mas neutral yung camera underwater. Because if the camera is too light or too heavy, medyo mahirap siya kontrolin sa tubig. Okay, so having a floater would be a good idea. Now, ang price nito, at dito ako nahirapan kasi the price varies. Depende sa size and depende rin kung saan ka bibili. So this is one of the challenges that you will face when you're looking for underwater equipment here sa Philippines, especially if yung main source of supplier mo is Lazada and Shopee lang. So ang price nito ranges from 500 to 3,000 pesos. See, ang layo ng gap. Depende sa laki. But this one, I think I bought this one for less than 1,000 lang ata or even just 500 pesos. So yeah, so ito hollow to, basically hangin lang to sa loob. Right, now you'll want something to attach this to the what do you call this, to the tray. This one may mga ball joint dyan, so you need a clamp. Okay, so clamps come in two types. This one is a 3-way clamp, so and I also have a 2-way clamp. This one here. So this is a 2-way clamp. This is a 3-way clamp. Now, if you don't plan on putting much items on the tray, like hindi ka naman katulad nito na marami kang ilalagay, naglagay pa kasi ako ng floaty sa gitna. Kung for example this one, lights lang dadalhin mo, I would recommend a 2-way clamp lang kasi mas firm siya, mas stable. Ito, nagluloose siya, mahirap i-control, lalo na if you're at the surface and mabigat yung ilagay mo tulad this one, the diving light. So, ideally, if wala ka namang masyadong ilalagay, use a 2-way clamp lang, not a 3-way. This is one of the things na nagkamali ako, alam mo yun, I should buy a 3-way na lang just in case may ilagay pa ako in the future, pero no. Ang ending, gumagamit pa rin ako ng 2-way clamp kasi mas stable ito. Right, so price nito also medyo malayo yung mga prices sa online. Merong 300, may 500, may 1,000. So yung sa akin, I think this is just around 300 each lang. This one here is called an arm lang din. So you can actually use the buoy as an arm as well. Yeah, pero mas prefer ko actually to. Now, if I were to go back and repurchase everything, I would just pick an arm like this one instead of this one and put a couple of foams here. So the reason being is number one, mas may flexibility ka. So if you wanna put this down or pull this up or pull this to the side, mas madali, wala masyadong harang. Dito malaki yung harang eh. So it's not as flexible as this one. And also, since you can manually, or you can add or remove foams here, because you can adjust the buoyancy of your camera talaga, right? So yeah, the arm and the foam is sold separately. Arms are pretty inexpensive, maybe 500 to 1,500, depende sa length. Then I also bought this at Lazada. The foams though is a bit more expensive. Wala akong mahanap na ganito sa Lazada. I had to buy sa Splash Underwater. I think for a foam, tatlong ganito. Binawasan ko na to eh. Kasi masyado ng buoyant yung part na to. So tatlo to dati. I think tatlo or apat. I think it was 1,500 pesos. Tatlong foam. Which is, alam mo yun, medyo a bit pricey considering na foam lang siya. Pero ganun talaga. We went into this hobby. So majority of diving stuff are expensive. Okay. Now going to the light here. This is the Trustfire DF50. This one is about, I believe 7,000 pesos. Okay. So yeah, I mainly use this kapag nagbi-video ako on macros, not on wide angle. Ang setup ko dati was dalawang ganito, dalawang floaty, and dalawang arms. So nakaganyan siya, like the ideal setup talaga na ganun. Okay, so this one is pretty heavy. Mahirap kontrolin yung camera, mahirap dalhin yung camera. And even if dalawa siya, yung thought ko noon is that I wanted to focus more on wide angle instead of macros. Okay, that's why also may dome tayo before para mas maganda, mas maluwag yung field of view natin. However, I realized na really if you're going to use lights or if you're going to take videos or photographs, mas maganda pa rin talaga ang ambient light natin. And if you're in a situation wherein you have to use a dive light, you probably want to go near, so hindi siya ganun ka-wide kasi yung ano nito, yung reach nito is just an arm's length away. This one, not even an arm's length away. Okay, so anyway, what I'm trying to say is that don't do wide angle shots or wide angle videos where it requires you to use two videos as a beginner. Focus lang muna tayo sa simple pictures or close-up pictures. Okay, na hindi natin kailangan ng video lights masyado. The only time I really use this is if nagbi-video ako ng macros na ganyan kalit. So I go in, so dun talaga nakafocus yung light, so nakalit up talaga yung subject. Maganda siya tingnan. Okay, but for wide angle videos, even if you have two of these, hindi siya maganda, mahirapan ka lang, dagdag gastos pa. And my experience with dive lights or video lights, or actually dive lights in general. So sa dive lights ko, although I only buy the cheap ones sa Lazada, yung mga tig 2K, 3K, naka-apat na ata ako na dive lights na nasira. Hindi ko alam kung bakit sila nasira, basta nasira. But so far, this one and the other one that I have has been working for 1.5 years na. Wala naman akong issue. Mabigat lang talaga siya. Okay? So it's cumbersome to operate even underwater as well. So having two is too much already. So isa lang, and hindi ko rin siya linagyan ng arm kasi kung lagyan siya ng arm, sa surface magsasag yan, magagana, magsusway yan. Okay? So mahirap talaga siya kontrolin. That's why I opted to mount it closer to the frame para wala masyadong flex. And yeah, hindi ko na siya linagyan ng arm. And now for the last part and the most expensive part. So this is what you call a strobe. Okay, so layman's term, flash to. Okay, so sa tubig kasi kailangan natin talaga ng malakas na light source. So although you can get away with taking photographs with this one plus the built-in flash ng camera, pwede naman yung pagmalapitan talaga. But you know, if you really want to make your photographs pop out, get a strobe. Ito na yung last kong binili because this is the most expensive part of the camera. I think the entire rig, the entire thing combined, mas mahal pa rin to. Okay, so I think 9K, 22K, and ito small stuff hindi yata abot ng 30 or 35, and actually mga 35, close to 40. Okay, but anyway, this strobe here is the YSD3 Duo CNC YSD3 Duo. Okay, so this one costs about 43,000. Yeah, so more expensive than the camera or the entire setup. Okay, 43K. In addition to this, kailangan mo rin ng optical cable or wire. So para saan ang optical cable or wire, or how this strobe works is that you connect this here, over here, tapos you connect this one. Saan ba yung entry point nito? Kalimutan ko na. Here. You connect this one here. So ang nangyayari, assume that the camera is inside. When the camera flashes, yung flash niya magtra-travel, or yung light niya magtra-travel din dito sa wire na to, going to the strobe. And this triggers the strobe to trigger the strobe na mag-flash din siya. Okay, so yun lang yun. So the wire is 4K, the strobe is 43K, so all in all, that's already 47,000 plus shipping pa. And also nga pala, you'll have to buy a battery separate for this one. Nilalagay mo dito. So let me see if I can open this one. Medyo matigas siya kasi naka-seal talaga siya. Okay. Medyo mahirap. Ito yung ayoko sa mga bagay-bagay ng sa mga gamit ng underwater things natin, is because naka-seal talaga siya. Mahirap siya tanggalin for waterproofing. But anyway, hindi ko matanggal. Mamaya na lang. But yeah, you'll also have to buy for AA batteries. I use Enelope kasi ito yung mga recommended ng mga photographers. Okay, now I'll get everything set up for you para makita nyo yung final look ng camera. Nga pala. Also, good idea here is kung mag-ano ka, kung gagamit ka ng case, maglagay ka ng mga, ano ba to? Defogger, demoisturizer. Basta yung nag-absorb ng moisture sa loob. Ang nangyayari kasi, nagfa-fog to sa loob especially if you're using the camera for videos, matagal siya naka-on. So mainit, mainit sa loob, tas malamig sa labas. Nagfa-fog to area na to. So yung yung pictures mo, yung videos mo, blur na siya, may fog na siya. So kung nangyari yun sa'yo, number one, try to put in this one here, mga defogger. Or ano ba, dehumidifier, hindi ko alam, kalimutan pa nga ito. Para malasan yung chance na yun. But if it does happen to you, try to turn off your camera para medyo mag-cool down muna sa loob. Okay, so madalas itong mangyari sa akin, lalong-lalo na sa night dives na malamig yung tubig. Tapos mahilig pa ako mag-video dito. So umiinit talaga sa loob. And alam nyo naman yan, magpa-form siya ng fog. Also, ano rin sa quality ng case, because cheap case lang siya, mumurahin lang. Yun din yung reason. I heard other divers with more expensive cases na yung sa kanila hindi nagfa-fog naman daw. Okay, so next up, lagay natin yung strobe natin. Okay. So, paglagay ng ball clamp, ganyan lang. Simple lang. Connect mo lang yung dalawang balls, tapos just tighten it up. Okay. Alright. So, itong mga clamp na to, na talaga, hindi siya move. So, it is really important to always rinse your gamit after each dive. Otherwise, matutulad kayo ng mga gamit ko. So, nalagay na natin yung strobe. Now, we'll just have to connect the strobe. Ito. So, tama ba? Okay. Yeah, no. Let's put first ganito. So, what you want to do, kasi mahaba yung wire, para hindi siya nagkakalat underwater, pinapasok ko siya sa arm para at least ma-lessen yung mess or yung tangles. So, yeah, pinapasnake ko lang siya ng ganyan. You also have to be careful na wag masyado kasi fiber optic to. So, may glass yan sa loob, I think. So, baka masira if you coil it too much. Then, lagay lang natin dito. So, ito yung entire look ng camera. Isa pa. May dinagdag din ako na clip dito. This one here. So, this one just clips to my BC para, alam mo yun, I can go hands-free kung kailangan ko mag-hands-free din. Okay. So, yeah. I bought this at Dive Pacifica for 2,000 pesos. So yeah, this is the camera. Now, nandito si Panda natin. We'll do some, we'll do some practice shots sa kanya para makita nyo kung ano itsura. So, mag-lights off muna tayo para mas ma-appreciate nyo. So, just ko ang bigat. And we'll put Panda here. Ako, si Panda. Alright, there you go. So there, first on natin yung camera, second is i-on natin yung strobe natin. I'm not sure if you heard that, pero yeah, this is what the strobe looks like kapag naka-on na. Okay, there. So pag magtunog siya, it means na ready na siya mag-flash because you can't do continuous flashes. Kailangan niya mag-cycle or mag-charge before each flash. Okay, so ngayon, let's assume na night dive tayo or we're somewhere dark. So, ang gagawin natin, kunwari wala tayong source of light. Yan, nakapatay. So, what I would typically do, this is where also the dive light comes handy. On natin yung dive light natin. Which is nahirapan ako. Kasi matigas. There you go. So, in-on lang natin yung dive light natin para may light tayo. Although the strobe has a spotlight as well, mas gusto ko yung dive light eh. And the battery will be focused on the on the flash talaga. So, ayan si Panda. So, ito yung sinasabi kong zoom in ni TG6. Okay, from that, we can zoom in to the smallest detail. Focus on the eye and just press. There you go. Let's do one more. Sa mata tayo. So yeah, just another tip. If you're a beginner, focus on the eyes. There. So tingnan natin yung results. Wala pa lang SD card. But you get the point already. Okay, so isa na lang. Tutuwa ako sa flash ko kapag tumutunog. So, yeah. That is it, guys. Hopefully, you found this video helpful. And yeah, good luck on your diving journey. This is an expensive hobby talaga. But I'm hoping na yung video na to help you make smart purchases. Hindi katulad ko na kung ano-ano binili, nagsayang ng pera. So hopefully you learn from my lessons. Stick to the basics lang muna, this one. So again, una, if you want to start photography, you can buy the camera and the case lang muna, kahit wala muna ibang attachment. If you want to level up, buy the tray, then buy a diving light kasi this is more affordable compared to the strobe. Lagay ka ng mga buoys to help you control its buoyancy underwater. Then you buy a strobe. Hindi naman kailangan na ganitong strobe na expensive. This one is on the expensive side, 43K. May mga strobe na 25, 20K. I think may nakita nga ata akong 15. So I just chose this strobe kasi because of my ego, kahit di ko naman alam technicalities. So anyway, this video is far too long already. Thank you guys for watching this video, and dive safely. Bye.